Have you ever stopped at a traffic signal and looked around at the cars beside you? Chances are, at least one of them was a Maruti Suzuki. In fact, on many roads across India, it can feel almost impossible to go more than a few seconds without seeing a Maruti vehicle. From small towns to massive cities, the company's cars seem to be everywhere. But what if I told you that Maruti Suzuki is building something so enormous that even some of the biggest names in the global auto industry are paying close attention? We're talking about a mega factory designed to produce up to 1 million vehicles every year. A facility so massive that thousands of robots, advanced machines, artificial intelligence systems, and highly trained workers will operate together around the clock. A place where new cars can roll off production lines every few minutes. For decades, people assumed that when it came to manufacturing powerhouses, companies like Tesla, Toyota, and BYD would dominate the conversation. Yet now, a project in India is forcing industry experts to take a second look, because this isn't simply another factory. Many believe it could become one of the most important manufacturing facilities in the history of India's automobile industry. The question is, how big is it really? Why is Maruti investing billions into this project? And could this factory help transform India into one of the world's most powerful automotive manufacturing hubs? The answers are far more surprising than most people realize. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because we bring you the latest stories from the automotive world before everyone else. The story begins long before this factory was ever imagined. Back in the early 1980s, owning a car in India was still considered a luxury. For most families, purchasing a vehicle seemed like a distant dream. Choices were limited, prices were high, and the automobile market was far from accessible to ordinary people. Then, everything changed. Maruti and Suzuki formed a partnership that would completely reshape the future of transportation in India. The timing couldn't have been better. India's economy was growing, aspirations were rising. Families wanted mobility, freedom, and convenience. But they needed something affordable. That's exactly what Maruti delivered. The arrival of the Maruti 800 became a turning point. Unlike anything the country had seen before, it wasn't just a car. It became a symbol of progress. For millions of families, it represented a dream finally becoming reality. Suddenly, owning a personal vehicle no longer seemed impossible. As years passed, Maruti continued building on that success. Models like the Alto, Wagon-R, Swift, Zira, Baleno, and Brezza became household names. Each vehicle strengthened the company's reputation for affordability, reliability, fuel efficiency, and low maintenance costs. People trusted Maruti. That trust became one of the company's greatest assets. Customers knew spare parts would be available. Service centers could be found almost anywhere. Repairs would be affordable. Running costs would remain low. While competitors struggled to establish themselves, Maruti quietly built one of the largest automotive networks in the country. Its presence extended beyond major cities into smaller towns and rural regions, where many manufacturers had little influence. That network became nearly impossible to replicate. Over time, competitors like Hyundai, Tata Motors, Mahindra, Kia, Honda, and others increased the pressure. Some offered better features, others introduced new technologies. A few even challenged Maruti's dominance in specific segments, yet Maruti remained firmly at the top. Year after year, millions of buyers continued choosing its vehicles. But success created a new problem, a problem that would eventually lead to one of the biggest manufacturing projects in the company's history: demand. As India's population grew and incomes increased, more people wanted cars than ever before. The middle class expanded rapidly. Road infrastructure improved. Financing became easier. Car ownership started reaching new levels. Industry experts began predicting that India could eventually become one of the largest automobile markets on the planet. For Maruti Suzuki, that presented both an opportunity and a challenge. How do you continue leading the market when demand keeps increasing every year? How do you maintain affordable pricing while producing millions of vehicles? How do you prepare for a future where electric vehicles, hybrids, and advanced technologies will reshape the industry? The answer was bold: build bigger, much bigger. And that's where the Kharkhoda Megafactory enters the story. Located in Haryana, near the Delhi NCR region, this project represents one of the most ambitious manufacturing investments ever undertaken by Maruti Suzuki. The location wasn't chosen randomly. It offers excellent road connectivity, strong rail networks, easy access to suppliers, efficient transportation routes, and proximity to one of India's most important economic regions. Everything about the site was selected with long-term growth in mind. Reports suggest that thousands of crores of rupees are being invested in the project. But what truly grabs attention is the planned production capacity. When all phases are completed, the factory is expected to produce up to 1 million vehicles annually. Think about that for a moment. 1 million vehicles every single year. That's enough to place the facility among the largest automotive manufacturing centers anywhere in the world. And Maruti isn't stopping there. The company has made it clear that this project is part of a larger strategy to dramatically increase overall production capacity across India. Executives understand something important. The next decade could redefine the global automotive industry. Companies that can manufacture efficiently, control costs, and scale production quickly will have a massive advantage. Kharkhoda is designed to help Maruti achieve exactly that. But size alone doesn't explain why experts are so fascinated by this factory. The real story begins inside the facility itself. Because this isn't your typical car factory. It's a glimpse into the future of manufacturing. Imagine entering a massive production hall stretching as far as the eye can see. Giant robotic arms move with incredible precision. Automated vehicles transport components across the floor. Digital monitoring systems track every stage of production in real time. Thousands of machines operate in perfect synchronization. Every second matters. Every movement is calculated. Every process is optimized. The journey of a car begins long before customers ever see it. Large shipments of steel arrive daily. Engine components, glass panels, seats, wiring harnesses, electronic modules, suspension systems, tires, and thousands of other parts. Each component undergoes inspection before entering production. Quality control starts immediately, because one defective part can create problems throughout the entire manufacturing process. Once materials are approved, production begins. Massive stamping machines transform flat steel sheets into body panels, doors, roofs, bonnets, fenders, structural components. The pressure generated by these machines is astonishing. Within seconds, plain sheets of metal become precisely shaped vehicle parts. Accuracy is everything. Even the smallest deviation can affect how components fit together later. From there, parts move into the body shop. This is where the factory starts looking like something from a science fiction movie. Hundreds of robotic arms operate simultaneously. They lift components, position them perfectly, and perform thousands of welds with extraordinary precision. Sparks fly in every direction as vehicle frames slowly take shape. The robots never get tired, never lose concentration, never need breaks. They repeat the same movements again and again with remarkable consistency. Every weld must be perfect, because the strength of the entire vehicle depends on it. The result is a body structure built with accuracy measured in millimeters. And that level of precision has become one of the defining characteristics of modern automotive manufacturing. But that isn't the most impressive part. After the body structure is completed, it enters one of the most technologically advanced sections of the factory, the paint shop. Many people assume painting a car is simple. In reality, it's one of the most complex stages of production. First, the vehicle body is cleaned thoroughly. Any contamination must be removed. Then, anti-corrosion treatments are applied. This protects the vehicle from rust and environmental damage for years to come. Next comes primer coating, then the color application, then multiple protective layers. Modern robotic painting systems can apply coatings with incredible consistency. The result isn't just a beautiful finish, it's long-term durability. Every layer matters. Every process affects the final product. When painting is complete, the vehicle finally begins looking like a real car. But there's still a long way to go. Next comes final assembly. This is where thousands of components come together. Engines are installed, transmissions are fitted, suspension systems are mounted, dashboards are added, seats are positioned, electrical systems are connected. Glass is installed, tires are attached. Slowly, an empty shell transforms into a complete automobile. Watching this process unfold is extraordinary. A vehicle that began as raw steel gradually becomes ready for the road. Yet even now, production isn't finished. Every completed vehicle must pass rigorous testing. Brakes are checked. Electronics are inspected. Lighting systems are verified. Alignment is measured. Paint quality is analyzed. Software systems are tested. Nothing is left to chance. because customer trust depends on quality, and Maruti understands that better than anyone. But what truly separates modern factories from those of previous generations is automation. A few decades ago, human workers performed much of the manufacturing process manually. Today's factories look completely different. Robots handle many of the repetitive and physically demanding tasks: heavy lifting, precision welding, material handling, component positioning, automated inspection. The advantages are enormous. Robots can operate continuously. They don't suffer from fatigue. They maintain consistent accuracy. They reduce human error. They improve safety. And they increase production speed. Yet, contrary to what some people believe, humans remain essential. Thousands of workers still play critical roles inside modern factories. Engineers monitor systems. Technicians maintain equipment. Supervisors oversee operations. Quality inspectors verify standards. Programmers manage automation systems. Complex decisions still require human judgment. The future isn't about replacing people. It's about creating a partnership between human intelligence and machine precision. And that partnership is becoming more powerful every year. Artificial intelligence is now playing a growing role in manufacturing as well. Smart cameras inspect components. AI software detects defects. Sensors monitor equipment health. Predictive maintenance systems identify potential failures before they happen. The goal is simple: reduce downtime, improve quality, increase efficiency, keep production moving. Because when you're building millions of vehicles, even small improvements create enormous benefits. This leads us to one of the most fascinating questions about the factory. How can a new vehicle be completed every few minutes? The answer lies in something called production flow. Modern automotive factories operate like giant synchronized ecosystems. Everything must happen at exactly the right time. Components arrive when needed. Machines perform tasks according to a schedule. Workers complete assignments within specific time windows. Each station along the assembly line has a carefully planned responsibility. One team installs engines, another handles interiors, another connects electronics, another verifies quality. Vehicles move continuously from one stage to the next. No unnecessary delays, no wasted motion, no interruptions. Thousands of activities happen simultaneously. If one area slows down, it can affect everything behind it. That's why modern factories rely heavily on digital coordination systems. Real-time monitoring helps identify problems immediately. Production managers can respond quickly. Suppliers receive updates instantly. Resources can be redirected when necessary. The result is an extraordinary level of efficiency. And efficiency matters more than ever, because competition is becoming increasingly intense. For years, many analysts believed electric vehicle companies would dominate the future. Some even suggested traditional manufacturers could struggle to adapt. Maruti faced criticism in this area. Competitors moved aggressively into electric vehicles. Some observers questioned whether Maruti was reacting too slowly. Those concerns created headlines. Speculation grew. Industry debates intensified. Would Maruti fall behind? Could newer EV-focused brands take market share? Was the company relying too heavily on traditional vehicles? Maruti's response appears increasingly clear. Scale first, technology second, transformation third. The company is investing heavily in future products, electric vehicles, hybrid systems, and manufacturing upgrades. Rather than betting everything on a single technology, Maruti is pursuing multiple paths simultaneously. Hybrids, internal combustion vehicles, electric vehicles, advanced manufacturing, global exports. The company believes flexibility may become one of its greatest strengths, and the Calcutta factory sits at the center of that strategy. Many analysts believe future production lines could be adapted to support changing market demands more effectively than older facilities. If EV demand accelerates, production can evolve. If hybrids remain popular, manufacturing can adjust. If exports increase dramatically, capacity already exists. It's a strategy designed for uncertainty. And uncertainty is exactly what defines today's automotive industry. Which brings us to an important question. Why are global giants paying attention? Let's start with Tesla. Tesla revolutionized automotive manufacturing through gigafactories and advanced automation. The company demonstrated how scale could reduce costs and improve efficiency. Many manufacturers studied Tesla's methods carefully, but Tesla primarily focuses on electric vehicles. Maruti operates in a very different segment: affordable transportation, mass market accessibility, high volume production. Those strengths create opportunities Tesla hasn't fully pursued. Then there's Toyota. Toyota's production system remains one of the most respected manufacturing models in history. Companies around the world study Toyota's methods, efficiency, quality, continuous improvement. Toyota helped define modern manufacturing principles. Interestingly, Toyota and Maruti already cooperate in several areas, yet both companies continue pursuing their own long-term goals. And then there's BYD. Perhaps no company represents manufacturing scale better than BYD right now. The Chinese giant produces batteries, motors, electronics, and vehicles at astonishing volumes. Its growth has captured global attention. Yet even BYD recognizes the importance of large emerging markets. India represents one of the biggest opportunities in the world, which means any company expanding manufacturing capabilities at this scale deserves attention. What makes Maruti different is its deep understanding of local consumers. The company has spent decades building trust, creating affordability, establishing service networks, maintaining reliability. Those advantages cannot be replicated overnight. And if manufacturing capacity continues growing, that competitive advantage may become even stronger. Looking ahead, the next decade could be transformative. India's automotive market is expected to expand significantly. Vehicle ownership rates still have room to grow. Infrastructure continues improving. Technology keeps advancing. Consumer expectations are evolving. The companies best prepared for these changes will likely dominate the future. Maruti appears determined to be one of them. The Kolkata mega factory isn't simply about producing more cars. It's about preparing for a future where India becomes one of the most important automotive manufacturing hubs on Earth. It's about competing globally, expanding exports, supporting new technologies, and maintaining leadership in an increasingly competitive industry. Perhaps that's why so many experts are watching closely. Because sometimes the biggest stories aren't about the vehicles themselves, they're about the factories that build them. The places where ideas become reality, where technology meets ambition, and where the future quietly begins taking shape long before the rest of the world notices. 10 years from now, people may look back at this factory as just another manufacturing facility, or they may see it as the moment India's automotive industry entered an entirely new era. Only time will tell. But one thing is already clear. Maruti Suzuki isn't thinking small anymore, and if its plans succeed, the impact could be felt far beyond India's borders. The next chapter of the global automobile industry may be written inside a factory that is being built right now, and that's a story worth watching.